I'm Anjali, and I work as the program director right now of the Stride program. And I have been with Mantra for almost 5 years now, ever since my Teach for India fellowship. In Mantra, I've done multiple roles. So initially, I started off as a school transformation lead, working in a school where we work with the teachers, capacity building, and we work with the school leaders to build their capacity. And we worked on basically everything to understand how a school can be put on that transformational journey. And then I went on to work with government schools as well, and that's how the Class 2 program was started. And once that was something that I worked as part of, I also worked with the ASL program with Teach for India and Mantra, the collaboration that was there. And right now, yes, work with AP Swaris, the AP Social Welfare Department, on a program for school transformation, and right now working with the UP Mission Prerna school leadership development program. So yeah, that's to look at my journey in Mantra. I think I started out as an engineer. I did do chemical engineering before coming into this space, and I kind of came into the sector through Teach for India, and that was like my initial kind of induction into this space. Why did I want to join Teach for India at that point? That it really was something that really moved me, the idea of working towards understanding the grassroots problems of the school education in India, and also just working with students, just being in a classroom filled with students. I think those two were my why to kind of get into this education sector. To stay in the education sector, I think once certain things were unraveled and you could see that, okay, there is scope and there is a huge movement that is happening in the country. I mean, I could see that there are a lot of people working on issues that were working towards making the education system better. So somehow, I think that feeling of, yes, even I can contribute, kind of started building, and that's where I chose to stay in the sector. Initially, when we started out, Mantra was just like an 8-member team, and from there to right now, we're almost 70 members strong. So it's the journey has been really interesting to see that, you know, we literally created what programs we wanted to, work on. There was a lot of freedom to look at, okay, anything that makes the education space better or makes the education for students better. Mantra could maybe look at having like a niche in that area. So that's how it started, and nothing remained similar across 2 years in Mantra. So every time you've stayed for a year, there is a completely new learning that comes up, and there's a lot more things that you can do every year. And I think just the sheer uniqueness of the idea that we're looking at school leadership development, we're looking at systemic leadership development. That's something I think made me stay on, and just also the kind of culture in the organization to say that any idea is not small, and anybody's idea is kind of, it can get blown up into an entire program as well. So I think that kind of helped me stay put. Yeah, so I think over the years, I have had the opportunity to work with different education leaders across different contexts, and working with different kind of schools, different areas as well. Throughout the whole journey, what I have seen is that school leaders who are empathetic and open enough to learn are the most, they are able to create the most amount of impact. So people who are open to saying that, yes, I may not know enough and I need to keep learning, and people who say that my team needs a lot more support, and that empathy factor when you see it in them. These are two things that I've seen really kind of stand out in good leadership practices. So yeah, I think any education leader who understands that value of learning and having a team that keeps learning and having that empathetic understanding of the entire team that is working towards the students' learning, I think those two things really stand out to me when I look at education leadership as a term. One is definitely from a school. So there was this aided school that we used to work in this place called Gorepalya in Karnataka, and there was a school called RM Matriculation School, and it was an aided school. So they used to have certain teachers come from the government, like the government teachers were allotted to the school, but this teacher would make sure that like from her salary, HM would make sure that from her salary and from people around that neighborhood, she raised funds such that she got almost, I think, 12 teachers from the vicinity itself to come and teach in the school, because she required so many more teachers. So she was a great inspiration for me, and she would make sure that every day, she would go to each of the classrooms and visit and just see how things are moving. It was a very small school, and if you see the school, it's a really small school, but they had a library, they had a computer lab, they had teachers for each of these things, and they also had some after-school learning programs. And they had a kindergarten, a Montessori classroom. So all of these things were there in that like one building, but all because she wanted to do it. So she would like push for it, and she would try and make sure that all of these things were available for the students. So that was something that was really inspiring. UP is a state with 135,000 schools, and as part of the UP government's program, there is a program that's running called the Mission Prerna, which is looking at FLN objectives being met by the year 2022. So it's like a 2-year program to say that on a mission mode, we will have all students from first standard to 5th standard achieve basic foundational literacy and numeracy goals. And that has been defined. And the idea is that this cannot happen without the entire department coming together. So it can't be just the teachers who are working towards this. The entire department needs to work towards this. And the entire department consists of HMs, and there are BOs, there are the academic resource persons, there are state resource persons, there are block resource coordinators, and like a huge machinery. And it's something that will need a complete overhaul of like the entire system, and that whole systemic change will need to trickle down into your the student learning outcomes. So right now, where Mantra is working is in the leadership transformation. So the school leadership transformation piece is where Mantra is working. So we are currently working with the HMs, and we are working with the BUs very closely, but we are also associated with SRGs. We are associated with ARPs, their capacity building, and we're looking to kind of bring all of these actors together to say how their roles are kind of complementary to each other, and how that can translate into classroom, the practices changing in the classroom. So that's in a nutshell, that's the kind of work that we are doing in UP.